Hey DR, this is King Black, and I want to talk about this anti-collision technology that's coming out for cars now that supposedly can detect when you're about to collide with something or a pedestrian enters your path, and it applies the brakes. If you don't apply them within a certain amount of time, I think it's like a second, the car will automatically try to stop to avoid colliding. And this is something people got to think about, man, especially in a real life situation. Now, what I'm about to say may not ever happen to you, but it's something that you have to keep in mind, especially if this type of technology becomes standard in all vehicles in the years to come. Alright, so you have this technology that's supposed to stop you from running somebody over. Now, what is to stop criminals from using this technology to their advantage? You know, what if you're heading down a one-way street? It's like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, not that many cars out, and somebody wants to pull a carjacking. They'll stand out in the middle of the road, especially if they can identify your car as one of these cars that have this technology, and your car's going to stop, and it may not let you accelerate. I don't know exactly how that technology works after it detects an object in your way, but let's say it doesn't allow you to move any further. um, these people are going to have that opportunity to carjack you, to rob you, to shoot you, to murder you. This opens up a Pandora's box of criminal activity that can occur. You're going to have people setting up ambushes. You're going to have people conduct executions. This is a reality that people have to think about when it comes to these types of technology. It's good if you're on the highway, but there's going to be situations where you might have to run somebody over. If it's late at night, you're coming home from the club, coming home from the bar, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and you don't exactly live in the best neighborhoods, or for some reason you're in that part of town, or crime can happen anywhere. It's not just downtown or in the south side of the city. There might be a time where you have to speed the heck out of there, and if they're standing in front of you and your car ain't gonna let you go, and then they have somebody else in the back of the vehicle, you can't back up either. You're basically pinched in. And at the very least, it stopped you. So your car is stopped, and they have those extra 5 or 10, 15 seconds to commit an assault, commit a shooting, commit a murder, and get out of there. Or take your car, whatever the case is. Now, many of you may think out there, man, you're really reaching. But this is a real life thing that can and would happen. You can't expect this type of thing for everybody to respect. So my question is, how do they plan to get around this type of situation? Is there some kind of manual shut off that if it doesn't let your car go forward, you can turn it off? You're accepting whatever responsibility if you turn it off. And if you got to run over somebody in that type of situation, you got to do what you got to do to defend your life and the lives of your family. But in my opinion, this technology works in the way that it stops you completely from moving forward as long as the object remains in front of your car, be it a person or whatever, or another car. They might block you off with another car in front of you, and that car is going to let you go forward because it detects a car there. What's going to happen? If anybody knows the answer to that question, leave it in the comments below. Now, I really want to know if this type of technology rolls out, over all of the car manufacturers, how do they plan to combat this type of situation? because if by 2025 every car is required to have this, kind of like how regulations now are requiring all new model cars to have backup cameras. If they implement this type of technology into every car and you confront this type of situation, albeit that you might only have a 1% chance or less of ever encountering this type of situation, but there will be those incidents, those isolated incidents. How are these people supposed to protect themselves in that type of situation? Kidnappings can also occur this way. Mexican style, and by Mexican style I mean cartel style kidnappings. Pull a car up in front, your car automatically applies the brakes to avoid the collision. They hop out, they all masked up, pull you out of the car, kidnap you, and do whatever it is that they want to do to you. Ransom, whatever, kill you, whatever the case is. So we're heading into a territory of technology where every avenue has to be explored and there has to be an answer. Because the criminal element does not wait, and it won't respect. And in my view, this type of technology will only make it easier for these type of incidents to happen. ADR.